grab a water if that's alright? Cheers. Thank you. Alright, so I've just got back from the coffee shop now. The majority of my Q3 goals are now set. It feels so weird saying that because it's gone so quick. These past two quarters have just gone absolutely insanely quick. So yeah, it's just crazy to actually say that, but so close to a couple of Q2 goals now. I've really been putting the work in behind the scenes to actually achieve it. This past month, I have been stepping it up as much as I possibly can. I was getting up early anyway, but I'm getting up at 5 AM now. I was getting up at 5:30 before, and I'm going to bed a lot later, so I'm getting less sleep. But on the other end of the scale, I've sacrificed sleep to achieve my goals, which I really need to do. So yeah, I'm fully glad that I've done that, and yeah, so close to them. I mean, they're tough goals, they're really tough goals, but then I know I can achieve them. I mean, we've got a week and a half left, I think, so it is going to be a push. I'm really going to have to work hard and just get my head down and just achieve it, because I am really so close. One's closer than the other. I know I can achieve it. It's just a matter of putting in that solid work, you know, and just achieving it. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be really good to tick it off, because I've when I was back setting my goals in before the beginning of Q2, it was not realistic, but it was tough. It was I set those goals because I knew it was going to be a huge stretch to actually get there. So I'm glad I set those goals. I'm glad I've pushed myself, and I'm really glad. This past month has really been like a kick, because I think it was back in May. I knew I was quite far behind at that point. Not far behind, but I was still a way away from achieving a couple of goals. So I really had to step things up, and I'm glad I have. But yeah, it's going to be really good to tick those goals off. One's going to be really tough. It's going to be a tight shape, because I don't know. I just know it's going to be a tight shape, but then I know I'm going to achieve it at the same time. I've got that confidence within myself to make it happen. So it's going to be good to take that off and go into Q3 with a lot of momentum behind me. And this next 6 months is going to be really interesting. It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it, because there's a lot more bigger goals, a lot more bigger standards being set, and yeah, I just can't wait. It's going to be good. So excited for that. But yeah, probably the biggest lesson I would say in the whole of Q2 was just going back to what I was saying before. It's just how much I can actually push myself, and how we all could just push ourselves to achieve whatever we want, you know. Like going back to setting my goals before the start of Q2, I thought those goals were high, and they were high at that point. And I found my sort of what was possible, and then I tried to stretch that just a little bit, so that I would really push myself into the things that I could achieve. So the thing that I've learned is just how far we can actually push that. So in Q2, I ticked off some goals pretty soon, others not so much, like these two that I'm going to tick off within the next week and a half. So yeah, really excited to tick those off. We can just push ourselves a lot more than we think we can sometimes. It's just sacrificing priorities, you know, a lot of the time. So for me, although sleep is very necessary, and I'm fully aware of that, like there's certain times that you have to put the foot on the gas, you have to step up and put that momentum in. So I'm this is purely one of those times I've had to put my foot on the gas. I've had to step things up, because if I was progressing, but if I was going at the rate there was no way I was going to achieve these two goals. So stepping it up and just putting in the work and going the extra mile every single day has just made a big difference, and it's honestly going to be an unreal feeling to tick those goals off. So I'm excited. But yeah, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I just got on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, I wanted to talk about the 3-step process. Obviously you won't know what that is, but it's something that I've been implementing within my trading these past 5 or 6 weeks that I've learned through Falcon Trading Guidance. I've learned that through them, and it's been really helping me in terms of clarity within the markets. Because just to get into it briefly, I'm going to go into it with a little bit more detail in a minute. Is, you know how you do your weekend analysis, your weekly watch list ahead of the week ahead? Well, this is, rather than doing it once, it's doing it 3 times over the whole weekend. And I know that seems like a lot at first when you first hear about it, but I will go into it a little bit more detail in a bit, but it is those extra 1% you do. It is those, how many times you go that extra mile, because if you look at the most successful people in history or whatever list you want to go by, all of those people, the majority of those people, all stay behind when everyone else went home, whether it's practice or just putting the work in, putting the hours in. All those people went the extra mile to achieve those big results, and I think it's took for granted a lot that those little 1% every single day, those little extra things you do day in, day out make a huge difference. Whether it's, relating it back to trading, whether it's staying up half an hour later just to do a daily watch list and forecasting and just overall preparing for the day ahead, or whether it's getting up early and, being prepared of the day ahead and just being on the ball with positions and stuff like that. That's something I've been doing recently, and you can apply it to so many different things. It is just how far you are willing to go, how much work you're willing to put in, because at the end of the day, work ethic is what separates, the great people from the average people, so that's purely the difference. But yeah, let's dive into it. So we are up and running, and I thought I'd use the whiteboard today, just be creative and just leverage the space I have here to just lay everything out there. So yeah, I want to use this today just to put everything on the board, make it clearer to understand, and just make it easier to see, So in terms of the 3-step process, this is something that I learned through Falcon trading guidance, and what it is rather than just doing my analysis on the Sunday or Saturday and getting ready for the week ahead that way, what it is now is splitting my weekend analysis over the course of 3 different days. So on the Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday. So on Friday, there's different time zones obviously worldwide, but in the UK, 10 PM British Standard Time is the time that the market close happens on a Friday evening. So after the market close, maybe an hour, 2 hours afterwards, probably about an hour before I go to bed, is I'll sit down to do my weekend analysis, my market breakdown, and I'll go through all the currency pairs, so all 28 pairs, and I'll start the filtering process. So if I see any potential opportunities, so what I'll do is I'll evolve and draw a new market structure, like analyze the higher time frames down to the lower time frames, and see if there's any potential opportunities for the week ahead. If I do spot something, then I'll put it on a separate list in TraderView, which is basically my top 6 to 10 pairs. I put it on there, and I'll work my way up through all 28 pairs. Do the same in every situation. So if I may have 10, 11 pairs by the end of Friday night, and once I have those 10 to 12 pairs or 10, 11 pairs, then that's when I'll start filtering my pairs out. So if I have 10 pairs, then I'm just going to pick the very best setups, right? So I want to end up with top 6 by Saturday and Sunday going into the week ahead. So if I have 10 pairs, then I'll just filter out the very best setups based on the higher time frames and potential opportunities for the week ahead. So that's what I tend to do. It doesn't have to take too long. It maybe takes me, I'd say, half an hour to an hour on the Friday evening. It doesn't have to take very long, but it provides me so much clarity within the market. So there's no going back for me. Like, this is the way forward. So that's in terms of Friday. So that's in terms of Friday. By the end of Friday evening, I will have most likely top 6 pairs. Sorry for the handwriting. I'll have top 6 pairs, and I'll maybe have a couple of wild cards as well as like backup for the week ahead. So going into Saturday, although I have those top 6 pairs, I'll clear all my analysis from the previous night to just make it a lot clearer to see, not be biased by any structure that I've drawn in or opportunities that I've seen the previous evening. Because something that's good with this, right, is your eyes tend to adjust over the weekend. So Friday, when you sit down to do a market analysis, you might not be in the clearest space mentally. You may have had like a week at work, like a stressful week, or a week in the markets of just, it's Friday evening, it's the end of the week. You're not going to be in the clearest mindset you can be. So what you tend to see on the Friday evening can often be different from what you see on the Saturday and Sunday. And that's something I've definitely found over the past couple of weeks, is sometimes on the Friday evening I'll maybe have 6 pairs, and then on Saturday and Sunday I'll like evolve a couple of those pairs and switch out a couple of pairs based on, you know, the filtering process at the higher time frames and potential setups for the week ahead. So it definitely does clear up a lot of, you know, clarity within the markets, and it just gives you that foundation for the week ahead. You know, it makes sure that you're in the best space mentally you can be in to then just crush the markets. So coming into Saturday, I'll do the exact same thing, right? Exact same thing as I did on the Friday night. I'll maybe do it an hour before I go to the gym, or an hour before I go to the coffee shop, or something like that. It doesn't have to take too long. But on the Saturday, I'll do the exact same thing as I did on the Friday night. So work my way through all the pairs, filter out them based on the higher time frames and lower time frames, and potential setups for the week ahead. So exactly the same on the Saturday as the Friday. You will start to see, well, what I personally find is I do see some slight differences from my Friday analysis compared to the Saturday. It does tend to be a lot cleaner, and I tend to have a fresh perspective from just, you know, not the previous week in the markets. You have the fresh day. So on the Sunday, I'll do the exact same thing as I have done previously on the Friday and Saturday. The only difference will be that I've gone in a lot more detail in terms of forecasting and overall preparation for the week ahead. So I'll do my final adjustments in terms of top 6 pairs, make sure that I've got the cleanest setups, make sure I've got the cleanest pairs on my watch list, and then I'll compare both my pairs and my analysis to Mark in the webinar. And that's really where a lot of the learning and breakthroughs happen, because if Mark has, say, a different structure or a different pair on the watch list, let's say, for example, a different pair, and I've got a different pair to him, I'll be then thinking, how come he's got that pair? What was the thought process behind filtering that out? And that's where the really breakthroughs happen, because once I break it down and think, oh, maybe I didn't see this, or maybe I didn't see that, then that's where the real growth happens, you know? So that's what I like to do as well. So that's the 3-step process as a whole. It's provided me so much clarity within the past 6 weeks. Cannot tell you how much. You may be watching this now thinking, not sure if I'm going to do that. It seems like a lot of work. Yes, but it's the little things you do daily and the little things you do weekly that make the biggest differences. Sometimes the very first question that people ask when they first come into trading is, what's the one big thing that I can do to then get me to that next level, get me to, you know, successful, consistent trader? And although I'm not there yet, so I can't tell you in a way, I just know that it's the wrong question to ask. You want to be asking yourself, what little things can I do daily? What little things can I do weekly that is going to make a big difference over the course of 6 to 12 months? You know, that's the real question you want to be asking, because it's not the one big breakthrough. It's like a get rich quick scheme. Like, it doesn't happen that way. It's a course of little events over and over and over again that compound in time, and stuff like this is something that is really going to help, because, you know, it's those little things, and not many people are willing to do this. But if you can go that extra mile day in, day out, you know, staying up later doing forecasting, preparation, getting up 15 minutes earlier to treat trading truly like a business, you know, it's those little things, and I can't express that enough. And for me, although I'm not there yet, I know that this and the little things that I do daily is going to make the biggest difference for me 6, 12, 18 months down the line. So yeah, I really want to share that. So that's a 3-step process. It has provided me a lot of clarity within the markets, as I said before. But I really wanted to share it because it has been a big breakthrough for me, and if I can share my breakthroughs with you guys, then, you know, that's all that matters really. If you can take something from it and apply it into your own trading, and that makes it better, then, you know, I'm thankful for that opportunity. So yeah, I hope you've taken value from it. I hope you like the use of the whiteboard. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm just about to go to the gym now. So gym, charts, and then yeah, other goals that need to be ticked off. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a good weekend, guys, and I'll catch you soon.